What's up? It's your boy, Amateur Pro Home Chef Nathanael Levinson, coming after you. Amateur Pro Home Chef Nathanael Levinson coming at you with a hot tip. Hot tips, it's a hot tip. Oh, ah! So today I want to talk about a piece of equipment that I don't think you necessarily need in your kitchen. But it's one that opens up a specific type of cooking, which really is difficult to do without it, and that's an immersion circulator. So an immersion circulator is just a fancy hot fan. It's a hot water fan. Basically what this thing does is you clamp it to the side of your container, pot, whatever, usually a big pot of water, right? You plug it in. Get out of here, George. Right, where was I? You clamp this onto the side of the pot of water, you put it down in there, you turn it on, and what it'll do is it'll circulate the water, so it's got a little fan, and it just kind of pumps the water through, and you can see there's a heating coil element in there. It pumps the water through over a heating coil, and it's set to a certain temperature. So it monitors the temperature of the water and circulates the water and heats it to a specific temperature. And basically what this lets you do is say, okay, I want my food cooked to exactly 130 degrees. Well, you put it in an immersion circulator, 130 degrees, and that's the temperature it'll be. So it is incredibly useful for a cooking method called Sous Vide. Now this does require a second piece of equipment called a vacuum sealer, although you can get around that. And we'll talk about that on a separate time. But if you ever thought, oh, I want to do Sous Vide, then check out Immersion Circulator. They're not super expensive. This one's actually Bluetooth controlled, so you can change the temperature on your phone, which is pretty cool, and you can set timers and things like that. So they've actually come a long way. They're very home cook friendly now. I will say, it is possible to do Sous Vide without an immersion circulator, and that is by using a cooler and just heating water up to about 5 degrees above where you want it to be, and then just pouring it into the cooler. Now you do need to be careful with what kind of cooler you're using. You can make sure it doesn't have a material that's going to melt. You're not doing boiling water, but you want to make sure your whatever thing you have in there is not going to melt. And the only downside of that is it's not circulating the water and it's going to cool down. But it is a pretty decent approximation. So this is kind of a you don't need this, but it's kind of fun to have it. So until next time, I'm your boy, Amateur Pro Home Chef Nathanael Levinson. Sous Vide, baby.